Good morning and welcome to today's conference hosted by the Wharton School's Jacobs Levy Equity Management Center for Quantitative Financial Research. My name is Chris Geczy, and it's a great pleasure of mine to be the co-academic director of the center. We're so pleased to be back together in person for the conference today for the first time since fall 2019. I see many familiar faces and had a chance to catch up with a number of folks who are members of our extended family, and I really look forward to catching up with more of you throughout the day. We have an excellent lineup today of research and speakers, culminating with Narasimham Jagadish and Sheridan Titman, who will receive the 2021 Wharton Jacobs Levy Prize for Quantitative Financial Innovation for the research on momentum investing. Several of today's sessions will highlight the lasting impact of their work. They join a highly esteemed group of past Wharton Jacobs Levy Prize recipients, which includes Harry Markowitz, Bill Sharp, Steve Ross, Ray Ball, and Philip Brown. Before we get started, I'd like to take the opportunity to recognize Bruce Jacobs and Ken Levy. As many of you know, Bruce and Ken co-founded Jacobs Levy Equity Management in 1986, which is now a leading provider of quantitative equity strategies for institutional clients globally. Together, they are co-chief investment officers, portfolio managers, and co-directors of research. Bruce serves as chair of the Jacobs Levy Center's advisory board, and Ken is also a member of the advisory board. Bruce's and Ken's gifts to Wharton in 2011 to commemorate the 25th anniversary of their firm established the Jacobs Levy Center and the Wharton Jacobs Levy Prize. Their vision to further innovation and innovative research in quantitative finance for the benefit of all investors is at the heart of the Jacobs Levy Center's mission in events like this conference. It has made it possible for Wharton to expand significantly its support and enhancement of the visibility of research by faculty, students, and others who work in quantitative finance. The center is, as many of you are well aware, dedicated to the advancement of quantitative finance at the intersection of theory and practice through the creation and dissemination of innovative knowledge. In 2020, Bruce made an additional generous gift, which led to the establishment of the Dr. Bruce I. Jacobs Professorship in Quantitative Finance at Wharton and the Dr. Bruce I. Jacobs Scholars in Quantitative Finance, both of which bolster a new quantitative finance MBA major at the school. The Jacobs Scholars funding is awarded to exceptional students entering their second year of the Wharton MBA program and majoring in quantitative finance. We truly appreciate Bruce and Ken's ongoing partnership and all the opportunities for students and faculty and Wharton made possible by their support of the school and the center. They have helped position Wharton as a leader in research and scholarship in the field of quantitative finance, and we are excited about what we've accomplished to date together and all there is yet to come as these initiatives continue to grow and to thrive. Thank you very much. The center's mission is also supported by our corporate members, whose gifts directly fund faculty and student research. Pointedly, we thank AQR Capital Management and McKinlay Capital Management for their long-standing support and engagement at the center and in the center's activities. Last year, corporate membership contributions helped fund more than 20 research projects on a wide range of topics related to quant finance. If you're interested in learning more, I'm talking our book here, I guess, but if you're interested in learning more about corporate membership, information is included in your conference materials, and I'd be happy to discuss your involvement. In addition, just outside the ballroom, you'll find this year's conference sponsors, Jacobs Levy Equity Management and Portfolio Management Research. We thank them for the support of the conference and encourage you to stop by their displays and tables if you haven't already had a chance to do so. We also have Wharton on Sirius XM with us again for a live broadcast of Behind the Markets with Jeremy Siegel and Jeremy Schwartz. That's taking place from noon to 1 p.m. After their show, they'll join us here on stage for a special interview session. Now, I'd like to turn it over to my co-academic director of the center, whom I think everyone knows, Craig MacKinlay, who will share a bit more about our recent activities. Folks, you look amazing. Welcome home. I feel like this is a family gathering. It's just wonderful to see you. Thanks for being here.
As Chris said, Bruce and Ken's vision has made it possible for Wharton to expand its commitment to research and scholarship in quantitative finance through the Jacobs Levy Center and the Wharton Jacobs Levy Prize. This conference is one of many ways the Jacobs Levy Center works to support and advance new research in the field of quantitative finance. Though this is our first in-person event since fall 2019, we have stayed busy the last few years hosting several webinars and launching our SSRN paper series. We also continue to support and recognize faculty and students through research grants, PhD fellowships, and the Jacobs Levy paper prizes. We look forward to honoring the recipients of the recent paper prizes later this morning. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the Wharton School, Erika James. Erika H. James became the Dean of Wharton School on July 1st, 2020. Dean James is a leading expert on crisis leadership, workplace diversity, and management strategy. Prior to her appointment at Wharton, she held the John Harlan Dean at Emory University's Jacobs Business School. Dean James is the first woman and the first person of color to be appointed dean in Wharton's history. She has paved the way for women in leadership, both in education and in corporate America. Dean James has been instrumental in developing groundbreaking executive education programs, including the Women's Leadership Program at the University of Virginia's Darden School. Dean James has received many honors. She was named one of the top 10 Women of Power in Education by Black Enterprise and one of the Power 100 by Ebony. She is also a board member of Morgan Stanley, SurveyMonkey, the Philadelphia Orchestra and Kimmel Center, and other organizations. Please join me in welcoming Dean James.
Good morning. It's wonderful to see everyone, and I'm thrilled to be able to be a part of the return of the Jacobs Levy Conference. So it is an honor for me to be here with you today and to welcome you all back in person to the Jacobs Levy Center Conference. This conference embodies the Jacobs Levy Center's mission to bridge academy and practice, the academic field and practice, theory and practice, bringing faculty, students, and financial practitioners together to learn about and discuss the latest research in quantitative finance. We'll hear from a terrific lineup of speakers, including Wharton's own Professor Jeremy Siegel, as well as presenters and panelists from several other universities and firms. In addition to highlighting a new research, today's program will also celebrate an innovation that left a lasting impact on the world of finance. This afternoon, we'll honor Narasimhan Jagadish and Sheridan Titman with the 2021 Wharton Jacobs Levy Prize for Quantitative Financial Innovation for their rigorous research and trailblazing work on momentum investing. Their research, published nearly 30 years ago, challenged the conventional notion of buy low, sell high, the approach to stock selection, sparking significant additional research and a shift in the strategies used by fund managers. We honor them today for improving our understanding of complex financial phenomena, which exemplifies Wharton's commitment to elevating the impact of high-quality scholarship to drive innovation in finance and progress in business and in society. This prize, as well as the Jacobs Levy Center, would not have been possible without the extraordinary engagement and support of Bruce Jacobs and Ken Levy. Since meeting at Wharton during their graduate studies, Bruce and Ken have played a significant role in advancing academic research and practical work in quantitative finance, much of which you've already heard described by Chris in his introduction. They've helped ensure Wharton is at the forefront of this field with their generous gift to support scholarship in quantitative finance and raise the visibility of new research. To date, the Jacobs Levy Center has given more than 100 research grants to faculty and PhD student projects. Today marks the center's 8th large-scale event and the 5th awarding of the Wharton Jacobs Levy Prize. Since the Center's last conference, there have been several exciting developments in quant finance at Wharton, including our MBA program launch of a new quantitative finance major. Thank you very much for encouraging us to move in that direction. We are truly grateful for all of the ways in which Bruce and Ken have supported and continue to support quantitative finance at the Wharton School. It is now my great pleasure to welcome Bruce Jacobs.
Thank you, Chris, Craig, and Dean James, for your very gracious remarks. Good morning. Welcome to the 2022 annual conference of the Jacobs Levy Equity Management Center for Quantitative Financial Research. We're delighted to see everyone here today as we safely resume our in-person conference. Ken and I established the center in 2011 in honor of our firm's 25th anniversary. Our goal was to spur the creation of ideas and innovation that make a real difference on the practice of finance. Frontiers in quantitative finance may, for many, describe exciting, cutting-edge additions to our empirical toolkit, such as machine learning and artificial intelligence. And indeed, you will hear presentations today that harness these scientific advances in innovative ways. But I hope we do not overlook a tried and true resource that never grows dated: our ability to apply our human intelligence and insight to the task of improving investment outcomes. Nothing better illustrates this point than our first presentation. What drives momentum and reversal? Evidence from day and night signals. Ever since our honorees Narasimhan Jagadish and Sheridan Titman first documented the momentum factor, a topic we will return to shortly, many theories have been offered to explain its origins. Vincent Bogalowski found a key piece of evidence by examining the difference between intraday and overnight returns. Sophia Lee will discuss Vincent's findings. Following Vincent's presentation, we will award the Jacobs Levy Center Research Paper Prizes. We'll then move into our second topic of the morning: do common factors really explain the cross-section of stock returns, in which Alejandro Lopez Lira uses several novel techniques to challenge the arbitrage pricing theory's proposition that only systematic risk is rewarded. Gufu Shou is a discussant. Following lunch, we'll hear from a panel of experts who will discuss the past, present, and the future of momentum. Our distinguished panelists include Mark Carhart, Kent Daniel, and Toby Moskowitz. Next, Jeremy Schwartz will conduct a fireside chat-style interview with the renowned Jeremy Siegel, whose landmark book, Stocks for the Long Run, has just been updated. Our third paper presentation, The Virtue of Complexity in Return Predictions, challenges another long-held notion that when it comes to return prediction models, simple is always better. Machine learning portfolios are proving otherwise, says Brian Kelly. Ron Keneal will discuss this finding. Today's conference will culminate with the presentation of the 2021 Wharton Jacobs Levy Prize for Quantitative Financial Innovation. To Narasimhan Jagadish and Sheridan Titman, Ken and I will present the prize medals. In recognition of their influential research documenting the momentum premium, you are all invited to join us at the cocktail reception following the program. Ken and I look forward to chatting with you. Next, I will turn it over to Chris, who will introduce our first speaker. Thank you.